Old business.
Or old business, I'm sorry. I said new, I meant old.
Okay.
I'm old, so.
The bundled bill, which has not only our HOA bill in it, but several other bills regarding emergency services, is in committee. And that's as far as it's gotten in the past. They're still wanting letters, what they plan to do. Now it's in committee, they're gonna present a big package of HOA support letters to each committee member. They did it in the subcommittee and they presented each subcommittee member with 4,000 letters. The subcommittee members were blown away. They were expecting maybe a couple of hundred. They got 4,000 each, and they were told, and oh, by the way, this isn't all of them. The reason they said 4,000 was it was a manageable package to carry. So we could have brought a lot more. So now it's in committee. Obviously, they've got a lot more things on their plate right now than these services bills, but hopefully, ideally, it'll get passed by unanimous consent, be passed to the Senate. The Senate has already pretty much said, once it gets on our table, we're for it. So that's where it stands right now.
Okay, now, the way, do they need another letter from us? Do we need to send another one?
I'm not sure on that. We'll clarify that at the next core meeting, whether they want us to go through another round of letters. If we do, it's very easy. You go online, name, call sign, boom, and it goes in. You don't have to write the letter, it's written for you. They just want to make sure you know who your member of Congress is and your two senators.
And that the link is right there on ARRL
I'm
website,
sorry?
right? Isn't the link right there on ARRL link
Yes.
website?
In fact, if you go to the ARRL website, boom, it comes up right in the middle about support the HOA bill.
And even if you sent one in, I don't think it would hurt if we did send another one in.
I think they're gonna want more, but we'll get words on that.
I mean, if some is good, a whole lot would be better. And being inundated to them, that'd be even better. Okay, Route 66, Tom.
Looking for out-of-the-box ideas for Route 66 on the air. Also, Dave Downing has got some ideas and what was it? Gas stations on Route 66. So it would be kind of an independent event from Route 66 on the air. On Route 66 on the air, last year, Oklahoma City was number 2. Number 1 was Tribune, Kansas. And yes, some of Route 66, not very much, but some of Route 66 goes through Kansas.
Yep.
And those guys went down there and knocked off over 9,000 contacts. We got 6,200. So Route 66 on the air will be from the 12th to the 20th of September. We're going to try to make a real big push to, if not beat Tribune, Kansas, at least give them a scare. And oh, by the way, if you looked on the OCAPA Facebook page, you probably saw the thing about the big push pin up at Wellston. That is the halfway point of Route 66 between Joplin and wherever out on the western boundary. So that's another possible operating location for Route 66 on the air. Okay.
And we have means to be able to move around and work these different locations. Like we could get out on 66 out to Lucille's out there and operate from there. We can operate from anywhere we want.
Emphasize, you don't have to be a rover to work Route 66 on the air. You can do it from home. So, and we'll,
Dates again, please.
when the time approaches, we'll have information to everybody about how to sign up as an operator and schedule your activities.
And the dates again are?
12th to the 20th of September.
Okay, so it'll be after the summertime rush is over, so to speak, and maybe we'll have some kind of propagation of some sort anyway. Okay,
2 weekends in the included week.
I'm sorry?
2 weekends in the included week.
Yeah.
9 days,
What times?
all day.
Starts
From
at midnight?
midnight Zulu
Great.
on the 12th till midnight Zulu on the 20th.
Yeah. If you're interested in it, I'm the call sign manager for Whiskey 6 Kilo for the Oklahoma City area. Get in touch with me. I can tell you whatever you need to know, answer any questions you have if you're not comfortable asking them here.
okay. Any other comments concerning Route 66? Or some would say Route 66?
Route?
Route, we'll route them all. Okay, that concludes old business, I think, unless there's any other. New business, brings up the, field day. Tom?
We've got Oklahoma School of Science and Math back again.
Thanks to Bill Underwood.
Yep.
I'm sorry? Somebody,
Thanks
Yes.
to Bill Underwood.
Yes, Dr. Underwood secured it.
Bill took care of that.
He no longer works for the school. He was an instructor out there for a very long time, but he has a good relationship. And one of the gentlemen that came to last year's was the dean of that school, who was very impressed with how we treated the facility and what we did. And Bill built on that and got it for us. So last full weekend in June. And if you have any questions about that, we're going to be talking about it in depth probably at the next meeting. Any ideas, look at it on the satellite so that you have some knowledge before you ask questions. Well,
Okay, any other comments?
that's it.
Well, that brings up, the last Thursday of the month lunch bunch, which will be, Thursday the 30th?
30th.
30th of April, and that's held at Woodbridge Restaurant there at, what is that, Grand Boulevard and
Yeah.
Western,
Yeah.
and at 11 a.m. It starts about 11 a.m. So we usually have a pretty good turnout. Last time, do you know, Tom, how many we had?
I think we had like 18.
17 or 18, 19,
Yeah.
somewhere in the
A
neighborhood.
bunch.
And so the food there is, well, I've never had anything that wasn't good.
Right.
And the service is good, believe it or not, with that many people. And so if you haven't been, we'll encourage you to go and enjoy the fellowship, because we always have a good fellowship time there. And so lots of nonsense spoken hither and yon. All right, what else we got on new business? Ah, yeah, now next month, our meeting is scheduled when Dayton is taking place. So the question arises, we have 4 or 5 or however many members that will be going to Dayton. I don't know how many exactly. We know of about 4 of you that are going for sure. And so the question is, do we want to move our meeting date off of our normal day, and so that it does not butt heads with Dayton? Yes, sir.
The following weekend is Memorial Day weekend.
Following weekend is Memorial Day.
Can't do.
That's not good.
Memorial Day is always the last, and our meeting's on the 2nd.
Memorial Day's on the 25th.
We'll meet on the 30th.
Yeah, but it's that weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the 23rd through the 25th
Yeah.
this year.
It
It is, actually.
pops in real early this year.
So if we
Just
move it,
like
if we move it back
To the 9th.
or lengthen it out a week, then that's gonna put us on that Memorial Day weekend. I don't know how that affects anybody in here, but it does have an effect. Steve?
More information on that. If we move it, or if we don't move it off of that weekend, I need somebody to step up and lead the test session, because both Bill Underwood and myself, the number 1 and number 2, or number 1 and substitute number 1, will be out of town at Dayton that weekend. So,
And I would have to
Yeah,
arrange
Tom.
for someone to open the building.
Yeah, so we got a problem there.
Well,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna make a motion that we move it up to the 9th. Move it back a
Week
week
early?
to the 9th. That keeps us away from Labor Day and it keeps us away from,
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
Second.
And we have a second. Everybody can check their calendars real quick. Okay, any discussion?
Call the
I think
question.
we already did. That was pretty much it.
Well, official discussion comes after the second.
Call the question.
Question, all in favor of moving it? Yep.
A point. Okay, our May meeting would normally be on the 16th.
right.
If we move it a week later, it's the 23rd.
Which
Memorial
is
Day
Memorial
weekend.
Day weekend.
That's
And what
Memorial
is
Day
the
weekend.
Memorial
What's
Day
the
is the
30th and
25th.
31st?
Memorial Day is.
Memorial Day
Monday
is the 25th.
So that's Memorial Weekend.
Yeah,
That's what we're saying.
Okay, I see the,
And I'll
Weird
just throw in
scheduling, but-
discussion wise, May 9th's my birthday, so if anybody wants to bring presents at that meeting, I will be.
I think we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fantastic.
Just
I
throw
think we
that
can
out.
bring all kinds of sacks full of whatever you
Bring
want.
in
Yeah.
the tea.
Just don't step on them.
So,
Don't light them on fire.
movement has been made and seconded, question has been called.
We call for the question. All in favor of moving it from the 16th to the 9th, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
Right hand.
More than carried. Okay, so our May meeting will be on May the 9th,
Second Saturday.
which is the second Saturday instead of the third. All right. Let's see. Any other new business anybody has?
Well, just one little announcement.
Yes, sir.
For those of you that are fond of Cushcraft and the high gain antennas, a company up in Indiana, I believe it was, acquired the rights and everything to start building those again. And hopefully they'll introduce some quality control, unlike what was on the last generations of the Cushcraft antennas. So it'd be nice to have some moderately priced quality performance.
And it's gonna be in a new facility that this ITU company actually bought also, so.
Indiana.
Was that the old brands from?
MFJ has.
MFJ owned both of those companies.
And,
Yeah,
and Coy was nice enough to send out,
yeah, Stepper's back in the amateur radio business.
and
They
Stepper's
are?
back into business,
Who is?
amateur business,
Step IR.
FIR,
fluid motion. I guess, do they still go by that?
no.
See, I leave everything in the past. Okay, there was a couple other things I wanted to bring up and talk about, maybe not. There's been a couple of suggestions about, well, and one thing we all know, and that is that we need to do whatever we can to help propagate our machines, to get the usage of our repeaters up. We've got nice machines now, and they're gonna get not worse, they're gonna get far better, especially with this Lincoln coming in today. We're going to get that taken care of, and we're gonna have coverage like crazy. Now, there's been a couple of suggestions. One of the suggestions came that we have maybe a daily during the week time for us old goats that apparently have nothing else to do. We can have just an informal round table and just discussion. You said, Lucian, you said who has this every morning at 10?
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, who was that was
I
telling
said
me?
that Scars has one at 10
Okay,
on the
Scar-
06 machine.
okay, and we can do that we can do it at, we butt heads with them, but we don't want to, I don't think. Or we can do it at 9:30, we can do it at whatever time we want. But this is not something that would be formal, it would not necessarily be a club thing, but if you can make it and just sit around and drink a cup of coffee and relax for a half hour and then go about your business, then that would be a good thing, and just, it would enhance our repeater usage and get it going a little bit more. So, with that, I think, especially when we get them linked, we're gonna have coverage like crazy. It's gonna be beautiful, it's gonna be like the old days. And,
I
so-
know I check into a net in New Jersey, and it's pretty much an informal type thing, and I've checked into it now ever since I've had Echolink and All-Star, and I enjoy it very much. So.
Okay. Well, now this would not be a formal type of situation that I'm kind of talking about. It'd be more like a roundtable discussion or just a roundtable thing. There would not be a net control. There would not be anybody in charge particularly. Just check in, say your 2 cents worth, listen and talk, whatever you want to. But obviously, semi-organized or unorganized. Yes, Steve.
On the air coffee shop.
On the air coffee
Hey,
shop.
here.
I was gonna say, it's like taking the kids to the playground, everybody show up.
What frequency?
And a
Yeah,
round
so
table.
then if we were gonna do something like that, what frequency would we wanna do it on? Would we wanna do it on 2-1?
The link.
Would we wanna do it on UHF?
Link.
Well, until they get linked.
Once they're linked, yeah.
Once they're linked, we'd be on both. But if we wanted to start trying to do something like that, which one would we start on? Would we wanna start on
Shoot for the
on
Anything but
VHF or
A2.
UHF?
UHF.
I'd say-
UHF probably makes more sense right now. UHF right now,
I agree. And then it would be 275 or .3?
275.
275, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what time do you think it would be a good time? Do we want to go at the same time as SCARS at 10, or do we want to do it at a different time? I don't.
10 o'clock
10
to
o'clock?
me seems like it's in the middle of everything else.
Let me just ask, does anybody here do the scars? Does anybody here get on that one?
I didn't know about it until just now.
No, I didn't either.
I didn't know about it till this morning. So,
So
but
anyway,
again, I'm kind of a newbie in a way.
So you knew it being an old fart.
Well, yeah. You know, I'm still stuck in the 70s.
Also, what day of the week?
Every day.
Monday
day.
through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Oh, everyone. Huh?
Monday through Friday, and just show up if you want to. Don't show up if you don't want to. You know, it just doesn't matter. There's not going to be any kind of control to it. Yes, sir, Matt.
It used to be every dang day and night. After about 8 or 9 o'clock and stuff, we'd get on there and talk. Some people would get together and solve the daily crossword puzzle out of the daily disappointment newspaper. And just talk about stuff.
Newspaper. I've heard of those.
How about-
Yeah, and I think anything we can do that to positively enhance the usage of our machines is what
Yeah.
we're looking for.
But if you get on there anytime, virtually any time of day, and say I'm monitoring whatever you're monitoring, there's nobody out there listening.
That's
No.
why we're setting a time.
And we can maybe get used to it. So, okay, so
9 o'clock.
I like 9 better than 10.
9 in the morning.
okay, Coy wants to go to 9, and you know, here's the deal.
If it doesn't work, we can move it.
If we started at 9, if people started showing up at 9 o'clock, and some other people didn't show up till 9:30 or 9:45, so what? It just continues the usage
Yeah.
of the machine even more. So, all right, I'd say 9 o'clock we'll start looking for people. How's that go?
On 275.
275. Yes, sir.
So for the benefit of some newer folks or folks that have never done it before, a round table needs to work in a particular semi-organized way. So the first guy checks in and says, "Hi, this is N5IH," and then Tom comes in and says his call sign, and they talk back and forth, leaving a substantial space between the key down time,
Yeah.
so that somebody else can join. So then Coy pops his in there, so then Coy gets in the rotation behind Tom.
Yeah.
Or if Tom heard his key up, he would say, "This is WA9 AFM and N5 OK, you're next," and then he would get into that rotation. So each of you needs to have your Big Chief tablet and a number 2 pencil to keep track of who's the order it is and be able to write it down, so that when your turn's up, you turn it over to the other than just saying, "Okay, next person." to whomever is rightfully in
So
the
it sounds like
rotation.
you're trying to make it more organized than just a morning chat with your friends thing.
Well, it is organized,
It's
but
just being polite.
it keeps it from turning into mayhem,
Yeah, and talking over one another.
because everybody wants
Yeah.
to talk, nobody wants to listen.
You don't wanna talk over one another, and that's the issue.
No. Okay, any other discussion on that? I think we'll get it started, and then, so Monday morning, I'm gonna try and be there and with my cup of hot tea in hand and, or at least
Your
one in
big
the mug
chief
or something. and be
Big
ready.
chief tablet.
Yeah, well, I don't have a big chief, but I got a piece of paper and I got one of those big giant pencils so that I can write big enough to read it. Okay, good.
Well, I couldn't read it.
No, no, but I can write it big enough to where either Jim or I could read it.
Yeah.
And you'll just
Okay.
remember.
The other thing that I wanted to bring up, I've had some about repeater usage, and that is that one time a couple of months ago, I mentioned something about maybe us doing a swap meet again. Years ago, we used to have some.
Yep.
Okay, there's I think that probably when we get these linked would be a time that we could really put this into force. We have an individual that is a member of our group that has volunteered to run it on Saturday mornings as a formal, informal net and kind of go from there. So we've got the manpower to man this thing if we decide to do this, and I think anything we can do to get the usage of our machines up is a good thing. But at any rate, we've got the people that will do that, so as soon as we get it linked and have the coverage we really want, we should be able to go to town with it. Yes or no?
So how will that work, once Jim here says, I've got a 5K amplifier I wanna sell, does it just die with the net, or does it find its way over to the OK Traders, groups and get on the digital networks?
Well, I think it could do that, and now, everybody knows Rich, WB5 YBZ has volunteered to get his net control to get it started, to get things going, and then we can have others to help as well. But whoever is doing that, keep a log of what's going on, and then we could transfer that over to the, I think it'd be good. I don't see any downfall to it, but maybe I'm blind, I don't know. Well, I know I'm.
No, I'm blind.
Yeah.
It was coming.
I didn't mean to infringe upon your rights there. Okay. All right. Any other discussion as far as new business is concerned? All right. Now, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna take a little bit of a sidetrack just for a second. I'm gonna introduce Sam to you. You all know Sam, and he's gonna tell you about the program that's gonna be here in a minute. And then we're gonna break right there. We're gonna have the drawing and adjourn, and then go back and play with the toys that Sam has brought to us. Sam?
All right.